So hello, my name is Michelle. Can I ask what your preferred name would be?
Stephanie.
It's very nice to meet you, Stephanie. Just so before we begin, I want to go over a couple of things, such as introducing myself and also letting you know a little bit about what you can expect in this session and also going over a little bit of confidentiality. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Awesome. Um, so just like I mentioned before, my name is Michelle. I'm currently in the mental health and addictions program here or at Fanshawe College. I really appreciate with you meeting with me today, just because I know that these conversations can sometimes be not the easiest. Regarding about what you can expect of this session, I just wanted to let you know that this is a space for you to kind of talk, and we're going to go at your own pace. During this session, my goal is just to understand what's important to you and how we can best work together, okay?
Mm.
Okay, so discussing confidentiality in this counseling session, this just means that what you share with me is private and it's kept between us. Um, there are three ways that confidentiality can be broken, and this is if you disclose to me any form of child abuse, if you plan to harm yourself or harm others, or you know someone who is going to harm themselves or harm others. And the last reason is if a court of law does contact me, I do have to disclose information at that point. With all this being said, do you have any questions for me regarding any of this?
No.
Okay. So with that being said, can I ask you what brought you in today?
Um, I'm just here because my boyfriend wanted me to come here because he said I need help.
Okay. Can you tell me more about why your boyfriend might have told you to come today?
Um, really, I don't think I have a problem. I think it's him with the problem. He doesn't listen to me and sits at home all day, no job, doesn't go to school, lives off my income. So I don't know what he's complaining about.
So what I'm hearing you say is that your boyfriend lives with you and he's at your home, and it sounds like you're taking on a lot of financial responsibility. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's always been like that with him.
Tell me more about your relationship between you two.
Um, well, I'm the breadwinner. I feel like I'm always at school, work, and he can't even cook me supper when I get home. I go to do 12-hour shifts, and then on top of that, I do my work, and all I ask him to do is cook me some damn supper when I come home, and he can't even do that. He's too busy playing on his game. And then he says, I need the help. I think he's the one that really needs the help
Why do you think that he needs the help?
because he's
Or why do you
lazy.
say that?
Because he's
Okay.
lazy.
It sounds like you're really taking a lot of this responsibility in your household. Would you say that's fair to say?
Yeah, but I'm used to it though. I think he really got upset one day when I came home and I was really frustrated because I'm have this big project due and I feel like I'm doing the project by myself. I have three other classmates that are doing my project with me, and I feel like I'm doing all the work on the project, and all I wanted to do when I came home from a hard day of work is just to vent. And then he called me crazy and said I needed help. And I know I got upset, but I'm not at fault at that. He should just be a man and listen to me when he's living off my money, living off my rent, eating my food, and he can't even sweep a floor. So I'm here because he asked me to be here, when really it should be him in this seat and not me.
What makes you think that he should be here? And what makes you say that you want him to be here rather than you?
Um, because he's lazy and he lives off of me. I don't feel like I done anything wrong, but trying to vent to my partner all the time. And just because I don't play video games all day and sit on my ass, is a problem. I think I do
It sounds
just
like
fine in life.
okay. So would it be fair to say that, maybe your school is kind of affecting your relationship with your significant other?
Um, if he doesn't like what I do in my daily routine, then he could go find another girlfriend that will sit on the couch with him all day, and then maybe he'll be happy.
Tell me more about your daily routines. What does that look like?
Um, I get up at 5 a.m. every morning. I go to work, probably till maybe 2, and then I have a little bit of time to myself to have dinner and that, and then I'm in afternoon lectures, which is course heavy because I'm going to the Western University for master's in psychology. Um,
Okay.
and in between that, I gotta come home and clean up after his ass, and all he does is sit around in his underwear and play games. It's like, why are you complaining? You're living a good life.
Well, it sounds like you're doing the best of what you can do in the situation that you are in.
Mhm. That's what I'm trying to tell him. And like, see, even when I'm talking to you, he's texting me asking me, how's it going? Like he thinks I need saving or something because I get upset. But
How does it
I,
make, how does that make you feel?
um, makes me feel like I need a new man, to be honest.
So, how long has your relationship with your significant other been like this? Is it just since you
Um,
started school?
yeah, we've been together for about 10 years, since my early 20s, and I think it started to shift when I start working full time, and then going back to school to better myself. Yeah, I just really don't see the conflict other than he's nagging. He's always saying I'm exhausted and no time for him. But yeah, not everybody wants to sit in front of the TV in their underwear is playing Xbox. So I just tell him, suck it up, buttercup.
Okay. It almost sounds like goodness, how do I want to put this? You have really high aspirations, and maybe he's also not really sharing those same aspirations. Would that be a fair thing to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I just want to be a little bit mindful of our time as our session does have to come to a close.
Mhm.
Um, but it sounds like, you have your relationship with your significant other, um, and you're in school, you're really working, you're doing your absolute best that you possibly can. And it seems like, it almost he knows that you're, a little bit upset at that fact, that maybe he's not fully realizing that. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so like I said, I do want to wrap this session up, but just before we go, is there anything else that you'd like to discuss before we leave off?
Um, yeah, how I can find a new man because it this just ain't happening for me. I'm just kidding.
Well, that can be something that maybe we talk about more in depth. I would love to talk about that if you're also up for that, maybe in our next session. Um, and I just want to say once again, just before we head off here, um, like I said in the beginning, thank you so much for coming in. I know that these conversations can be challenging. And I do wish you the best. And I look forward to possibly seeing you in the future.